What is up, you guys? So today I wanted to do a thrifted vintage haul and style, but I also wanted to talk about something really scary that happened. It's honestly something that a lot of people don't think about until it happens to them. But yeah, our house was broken into Monday at like 10 a.m. We were just at the grocery store. We work from home, so but yeah, my husband and I were at the grocery store, and thankfully my daughter was at school. So, anyways, how we knew is, well, I guess I should go ahead and say that thankfully no one got hurt, and thankfully nothing was stolen. So, there is that. But yeah, so how we knew is we were getting out of the car after we had returned from the grocery store, and my husband was like in the lead, walking in the door, and then I was on the front porch picking a broken lamp up, and the lamp didn't break from this, it just it happened to be windy lately, and a lamp had blown over and broken. So yeah, I was just kind of picking up some of the glass from it, and it just so happened to be at the same time that my husband heard glass shattering or like glass movement in the house. So he was confused as to was it me or was it something that was going on inside the house. But he was still sort of convinced that this was something that was taking place in the house because of the direction that he was hearing glass. It wasn't behind him, it was in front of him, as he was in the house at this point and had the door open. But yeah, that was going on at the same time, and he was like, huh. And so as my husband started approaching toward the back of the house, just kind of looking around to see if anything was weird or off in the house, he did notice actually that my Louis Vuitton backpack was thrown on the bed, and asked me if I had thrown it on the bed, and I said no, I did not. And that's really weird. So I followed him in, and we were just like looking around, and as he was approaching my daughter's room, he started to smell this like strong BO smell, along with like some cologne that we had never smelt before. And as he looked in my daughter's room, he noticed that the glass was shattered in her bedroom, and the AC unit was face down on the floor. So at that point, yeah, we definitely knew that somebody was just in the house and had broken in through her window. Yeah, my husband ran outside to go catch up with the cop that he saw like several streets down, and let him know what had happened. I was in the yard just feeling really frantic, and I don't know if I told you, but my mom bought a house next door to us that she is like, it's like a fixer-upper house that she has been renovating, and I've been helping her decorate and stuff like that. But she bought that house because she's here often visiting, so she wanted to invest in something so she has somewhere to stay that's her own whenever she comes to visit. But yeah, anyway, I ran over to her house, and because it's literally right next door, but I ran over to her house and went over there to let her know that somebody had just broken in to our home, and to be on the lookout, and I need her outside. I need extra eyes right now because obviously I was feeling really vulnerable. So during that time period, I noticed a young male just like lurking around the property, and I asked him, I said, did you see anything? I see that you're just hanging out around here. I'm not saying you did anything, but do you know of anything that happened around here? Because our house was just broken into, and Um, yeah, he just ran out the window. Did you see anybody running or anything like that? And he said no. And, but I thought it was strange because he looked suspicious simply because it looked like he was trying to avoid looking at me and making any eye contact with me. And how did you not see anything? You're hanging around in the area and the guy literally just ran off. So I don't know, it's weird. So as I was like waiting on my mom to come outside, I was like pretty much standing in the outside area in front of my house and in front of her house, like in between our houses or whatever. And the guy took off, and I thought it was weird that he took off so quickly because I was only like outside talking to my mom for like seconds, and all of a sudden he vanished. So how do I not still see like a trace of him? You know, it just seemed really off. So anyways, I walked around the house, where the outside of the house of my daughter's window where the guy had broken into, and I saw that same guy trying to climb back in my window, or my daughter's window. So he was like trying to worm his way back in with his, all I saw was his feet hanging out the window, and the rest of his body was like inside my house, inside the window. And for a second there, I thought that it was my husband because I just saw dark pants and dark shoes. And I was like, Matt, what do you... And then the guy had heard my voice, so he peeked his head out, and I recognized that was the guy that I asked if you had seen anything. And so I said, what the fuck? I had a feeling it was you. You were acting suspicious as hell. Get the fuck out of my house. Get the fuck out of my house right now. And so he jumped down and took off running. So I thought it was crazy that he broke in and then he tried to get back in the house. We thought that was ballsy as hell. But little did we know, after the cops had shown up and then they ran prints and everything, they never found the guy, so that's really scary still. Because like I said, he ran off and they haven't been able to find him yet. So I don't know if somebody's like hoarding him around here or harboring him, or we did notice a cab or whatever, one of those like transportation things like in the area around when this happened. He could have taken a cab out of here. So we really don't know, but they had this place surrounded, like all the streets around here were surrounded with cop cars. So it really is crazy that they couldn't find him. There were dogs that the cops had to try to find him, but it was really windy that day, and they said it's harder for the dogs to sniff to look for a person when it is really windy. But yeah, anyway, after they ran the prints, or they were running the prints, they had the crime forensics and stuff like that inside the house, and trying to get all the evidence that they could for fingerprints and all. They noticed that a gun was on one of my chairs in my living room, and they said, "Sir, is this yours?" They thought it was my husband's at this point. And my husband was like, "No, I have guns, but that is not my gun." And we were like, what the fuck? So this dude left his pistol in our house. Not only that, but he had 45 hollow points in it, and it was cocked, ready to shoot. So yeah, that's scary as hell. But yeah, that's why he tried to climb back in the window, we believe, is to try to get his gun, because obviously that increases the charges that he would be facing once he's caught. So yeah, because now at this point it's a felony 1, armed burglary. So that happened. And yeah, that happened Monday at 10 o'clock on broad daylight. So anyways, I just wanted to tell you guys that because it's something that a lot of people don't think about really until it happens to them. It's the first time I've ever had my house broken into and feel like super violated like that. But I have had things stolen from me, like friends steal stuff from me. But somebody like breaking and entering your house with a loaded gun, cocked and all, is like a whole nother level. But even though he didn't steal anything, it's still very dangerous and scary just to think about. So, besides all that, I have gotten some pretty cool goodies from thrifting because obviously that's a favorite pastime of mine. And then I have some things that I've made that I wanted to share with you guys. And I do have these things that I have made on sale on my Instagram, and if you're interested and you see it on my YouTube, then definitely let me know because they'd be awesome Christmas gifts. So anyways, I guess I will just start with just some vintage goodies. It's mostly home decor because that's my thing. So ignore my nails, they really need to be redone. They look like straight up shit. I'm trying to get this one off. So, it's the whole ordeal. But anyways, I guess I'm going to start with this pink glass pitcher. Freaking gorgeous. As you know, I've been having a thing for vintage pink glass. So there's that. And then how about this little pink vintage teacup and saucer? So how about this vintage pink teacup and saucer? Too bright over there. No name. Maybe the name wore off over time, I don't know. But it's freaking gorgeous. I don't know if this is Wedgwood. I don't know if they would put a name down here or what, but it reminds me of a Wedgwood piece. Okay, there we go. But yeah, it's like cameo. Pink and white. And then this little unicorn. How pretty is she? You guys know I have a thing for unicorns. And then I love vintage perfume bottles. And I freaking love this. Look how gorgeous. I got this one at a vintage shop. So I didn't get this one thrifting. But yeah. Pretty much same thing. I mean, a lot of people that sell these vintage pieces are getting their shit from thrift stores and marketplace and estate sales, yard sales. Anyways, you just pay a little more at a vintage shop. But yeah, so gorgeous. I love the floral detail on the glass. And then I got this on eBay. Barbie. Oh my gosh. I want to say she's from the 90s. 1991. So, yeah. But yeah, 90s Barbie is really my jam because, I mean, I love the 80s Barbies too, but I wasn't playing with Barbies in the 80s because I was born late 86 and at that point, you know, I was like too young to be getting into Barbies. So I didn't get into Barbies till like the early 90s and mid 90s and some late 90s that I was still playing with Barbie. But I just love the style of the 80s and 90s Barbies. And I'm actually just keeping her on my vanity. At the end of this video, I'm going to show you clips of where I'm keeping a lot of this shit. So yeah, like, I don't know, I just want to go ahead and say this, but Like this is on a vintage vanity tray on my Lucite vanity along with this. Like the two are together. I just love like the combination of like this vintage elegance with like Barbie. I don't know. It's just so much shit right now. Oh, and this mirror I got from thrifting. I don't want to blind you guys because the sun's like literally right there. But yeah, it's pink. It says something. Oh, made in USA. But it's pink and it's a mirror on both sides. One's magnified and then the other one's regular. It still has the tag on it and it was $1.99. Hopefully that's not gonna blind you. It's kind of hard to show it when it's a mirror, but whatever. Next thing I got are some kick-ass books, like coffee table books or books that I would just like keep on end tables or just like around, like, you know, like these books I have sitting on my Dorothy Draper style dresser here in this nook in my kitchen. That's a Barbie book and I already showed you guys that one. But yeah, I got this book recently. So freaking awesome. Just like so much history about Barbie and all these beautiful images. But yeah, I got it on eBay. So yeah, if I'm looking for a specific vintage that I haven't been finding at the thrift stores and estate sales and stuff like that, because with those kind of sales, like you don't know what you're gonna find. You can't really go there like looking for something. But if I am looking for specific vintage, then I generally will look on eBay. And then this is another book that I got on eBay as well. Another Barbie book. And then, as you know, pink glass. I got this from a vintage shop around me. I love the fact that it's like iridescent and it's pink. Oh my gosh, it's so freaking gorgeous. And then, what else did I get? I got this from thrifting. This pink box. How cute. And I'm keeping it in my haul, actually. I love this little bow and like the butterfly details. It came with a tray too, but the tray I am keeping on my vanity. Oh, and this, oh my gosh, I said on my Instagram, if you're following me on my Instagram, I got this Barbie candle, vintage Barbie candle, and I am keeping her on my bar cart, or not really a cart, but it's a bar set up like on an 80s like dresser table thing that I'm using as the bar. She's so freaking pretty. But yeah, I told my husband, so cheesy of me, yeah, do not like this bitch. So stupid, I don't know. But whatever. Oh, and then I guess I should. Okay, so I have been collecting vintage Barbies, but I'm like trying to figure out where I want them, because I don't just want them just like everywhere. So I have some scattered throughout my bedroom, and then I like in boxes and stuff. But then I also have I have two vintage brass etagères that like match, and one of them I keep in my living room. You can see that in my living room tour. And then I have another one in my office, craft room, or whatever you want to call it. And that one I want to use as a display for a lot of my vintage Barbies. So this one I'm actually keeping in my bedroom. It's on my vintage armoire. But yeah, look at this. And I've ordered some on eBay and I'm still waiting on them to come. But this one's from 1997. And I actually got her from on Facebook Marketplace. She's just so gorgeous. It says, "Dear Grace," and they like hand wrote Grace from Debbie. So whoever the fuck those people are. But yeah. I don't care. I freaking love it, and I'm keeping her in the box. So, okay, so next I'm gonna share with you these things that I've made. Like, I didn't make the mirrors, I just made, like, I adorned them, I heavily decorate them with a mixture of vintage and new pearls and jewels and stuff, you know? Mirror and comb combo. So this is the mirror. It's vintage. And then the matching brush. And then the comb. And then I decided to go really colorful with this set. It's actually not a set, but just these two pieces. I went really colorful. So yeah, it's a butterfly in the middle and some more colorful beads and stones and stuff. So this is another set that I made. Well, I didn't do the gold like floral detail. I bought them just with the gold floral detail already on there. And then I added all the beads and then the mixture of vintage and new, like pendants and stones and stuff like that to it. It out, but yeah, this is one of the brushes I did. Here's up close of some other ones. Here's another one that I did. I love the mirror detail on this one, which I didn't do that, but I added the vintage brooches and added the pearls and butterfly and that little piece. So yeah, that's the regular. It's kind of dirty, but whatever. But I like the lucite handle and stuff. So right now, I'm just leaving it sitting on my coffee table. So here's the vanity set. I have it up on Instagram for sale. Okay, so here on my vanity, it's a bit messy. I got shit everywhere. But this is at least where I'm going to keep my perfume, right over there. But yeah, real life, guys. It's a bit messy. But, oh yeah, and there's a little Barbie thing on there. So yeah, this is where I put my makeup on and shit like that. So this is where I have my little Barbie candle. I've added a little bit more pink glass to my collection here in my kitchen.
Square here and here. So I'm going
This
to
is
use
my view
stake
from
and
sitting on the
right off
couch.
the hammer.
I'm too lazy to get up.
But anyways, that about wraps it up, you guys. So yeah. Thank you for watching.